we explained, the coronavirus has, for the first time, due to stupidity, absolute utter stupidity of Gates, has brought a change which we have no control over. And we will see, we will bring this into understanding that you all understand what is happening. The process of the energy transfer in Corona has a future extension. This future extension will touch many of us. Let me give you a background to this that you understand. You see the actual picture of the Chinese doctor before Corona, and you see their present picture. They've been in isolation and have been under observation for 3 months. As I said in many teachings, Corona will bring cancers in less than few weeks and will kill multiple cancers across that we have no answer to. We said in the track records of the Keshe Foundation, we will see a heart attack of a young without track. And we've seen it coming up as a few days. It's been announced by World Health Authorities. Everything we've seen past 2-3 weeks, we announced it in January and February. But this has to be understood by man. These pictures are significant. Let me tell you what. The Chinese doctors has put it away. Wuhan doctors who were critically ill with coronavirus woke up to find that their skin has turned dark after virus damaged their liver. There is no such a thing. There is no damage to the liver. I will release the verbal recording to the group that you understand from the reunion, and the translation of it done by Dr. Parvez will be released with it. Let me explain what I have explained to the Iranian officials and doctors, which you might have read by translations and got something different ideas when people like Dr. Azar have posted it everywhere. What we've seen with the corona is that is an energy pack, exactly what we said. And when you are in an energy pack, the way we have shown in 2008, 2009, if you go back on some of the teachings and the documents are on the internet, when we did the agricultural testing, when we took corn and wheat from what we call Wareham Agricultural Center in Belgium, controlled seeds, and was given to leading Belgian scientists to grow them under natural condition using GAN saturation. We saw that the wheat gives one stem and a flower. We saw in certain position, when we extended the saturation into 1 day soaking of the special seeds, when the seeds were grown, we saw 6, 7, 8 stems. The conclusion, and in the report we made at that time, was that the seed has reverted back to its origin where it was grass. And it was growing like a grass. There are many pictures of it. There's a Belgian scientist in the background who did this because we provided all the facilities and the growing boxes and everything for it. And it's documented it. It's somewhere in the archive. We explain large, long-term exposure to ganses can lead to the reversal of genetic effect. And we use this, and if you go into agricultural teaching, we said, even in past few weeks, that we have said goodbye to Monsanto. Monsanto genetic modification was reversed, and we can go back to origin. Even in the agricultural test in Mongolia, we received the confirmation that there is no genetic changes, which means any change was done by modification was overridden. This brings us to these two pictures. As they say, they were critically ill and woke up. What you see is genetic modification. What this means, as I explained in the teaching to the Iranians, can you read? I'm going to take this over and then you can put this over on my screen. What we see is that what has happened is the long exposure of the body to coronavirus, which has found access to DNA in energy level through its operation connection of its RNA, has managed to bring genetic modification. In a way, what it means is, what is done is this, as I explained in the Farsi translation to the committee there. As we know, we came this way. Our ancestors started somewhere here to travel through Strait of Hormuz in the Persian Sea, Caspian Sea, reversed back through the cold and divided themselves, because some of those who were further up entered North America. Some of this tribe went this way into China. And they met in Mongolia, the two races. And some came through the southern Mediterranean, and the Aryan blood, what they call it, moved into Germany and the rest. Every time we took a step, we genetically modified. We genetically modified to fit into the atmospheric and geographic condition of the environment. We became white and we became Chinese. And the further we went according to the structure of the geophysics of this planet, we became different races. But in essence, for the first time, with these two pictures and a long-term exposure, exactly what happened to the wheat in Belgium in 2007, 8, 9. This exposure has written up millions of years of evolution. Thousands of years. Where we came from was uncertain. This was all theory. Now, with these two doctors and many more which will come who have been exposed to coronavirus, man will go back to his original color. Any modification has been written off. Because each modification is like an onion. It piles on top. And now, due to long exposure, all have been taken away. So now for the first time, actually second time, including the Iranian lady in Europe, we have seen the return to the original. Genetic modification of thousands of years has been written up. It's not just the color of the skin. Could you put the picture back up, please, Rick? What you will see, it is, and in so many ways, will bring to confirmation that post-corona will be horrendous for some, but it will be confirmation to many. If you look, the features have changed to the African features. As you see, the doctors, everything is back to the origin where they came from. We are going through a genetic reversal. These two guys will most probably not die. And we'll see many Chinese turning black. And many of Europeans who survived the corona long-term in hospitals, most probably over time will turn black in their beds in New York, in Washington, in London and Germany. The power of corona reversal is so much that even if those who exposed for a long time might go back to the essence of their souls without the dimension of physicality. As the DNA in the strength of its force will return to RNA, and RNA is the soul of the man, is the single without physicality. Our knowledge seekers, keep as many pictures as yourself and your friends, that soon you might find out you might go back to your origin.